Alright, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Triple P Podcast. We talk about everything peace, prosperity, progress, anything else you can possibly think of. My name is Eli. This is Nick. Today, our guest is Dayton. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Tell us what you got going on.
We good. We chilling. Here we are. Yep. Let's go.
Yeah. So, shit, what do you do, man? Tell us a little bit.
Shit. I just work, take care of my son, my family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I be hanging out sometimes. You know, like today. Here we go.
It's been a little bit of a process to get you here. You know what I mean? Life throws wrenches in there left and right, but we here now making it happen. So, yeah. How's this heat been treating you recently?
It's not good. Nah. Yeah, I've been staying too warm.
Yeah, I think everybody has, but
yeah,
it's all good, man. But
it's been hot out there, man. Especially when you working, trying to work out in the heat.
Nah, man. You go lay hardwood. You know what I'm saying? Woo, boy. I'm telling you.
Or gravel or concrete or something like that.
Asphalt. Being outside.
Oh my God. Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, shout out to anybody doing like landscaping. It's been a thunderstorm every 3 days recently. So
I got one Raul Aviles.
Yeah.
That boy.
Yeah.
He be out there doing the little yard work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he quit his job doing that now. He make more money than most people doing that. So. But all this rain probably screwed a lot of it up.
It gives him more business.
I mean, maybe a bunch of trees falling down or something.
Yeah,
like clean this up. But
like hazard removal and shit.
Like
clearing trees and clearing boulders and shit from the
The
road.
other day they was pulling this truck in sideways and they bumped up and knocked the whole tree down. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get a big ass tree out of that motherfucker. I was like, damn boy.
You know.
So they were trying to get a tree and knocked another tree down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hard day at work, I guess.
They had to pull that motherfucker back up on there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, come get or buy one, get two for something like that. Y'all know what I mean?
I don't want to get another one half off.
Like shit, but so like, man, I gotta ask this because I've asked a lot of people, but I think yours will probably be the best one I've heard. What's like one of the wildest things you remember from high school?
It was already dealt with, so I'm gonna tell it how it is, okay? The police done dealt with it, everything, you know what I'm saying? When I went through the process. But me, and I ain't gonna say their names, but 2 other people were sitting up on what's the hill? The little hill up there? Patriot Hill. Yeah. We sitting on Patriot Hill, and we had 2 fat joints, boy. They was like this big around. I'm telling you, like this big around. You know what I'm saying? And we would sit up there, and we got it going, and and then here out of nowhere, here comes flashlights, and then I see the flashing lights. And I was like, "Fuck! Here comes the police." We didn't even get done with the first one. We had like this much left of it. And we smoking on the road, and we took off running. We ran through the woods, and they said, "Hey, stop that!" And we didn't. Oh shit! Okay, no, not that boy's name. But this boy, he was running with me, and he went boom and hit his shin on the back of a truck.
Oh my God!
With the ball hitch of it, you know, and it was sticking out. It was sticking out. I was like, damn. So I picked this boy up, and I was like, "Nah, you're coming with me." So we take off running, and I'm holding this boy. And we're running. We run back into the ball field, and we get right up to the gates. And I said, "No, you're not going nowhere. You got to walk in here. This is going to look suspicious." So I set him down, and he's holding on to me, you know, and he's jumping. And I was like, "Oh, my gosh, we got to get out of here." So I take him up, and we sit up in the stands. And then, like, 6 people can run up, and they're like, "The police are looking for y'all. Y'all got to get the fuck out of here." I was like, "Okay, all right." So I run down, and then I run this way across the bleachers or whatever, and then here, oh no, edit that out. Here's D and here's X, and then X runs to the police and he snitches on me, and I was like, "Nah, you can't do that." And D says, "You gotta take me. D says, "I'm gonna take you out here." So we run out there, and he's like, "You hit the tree line, then you run," and we ran, and we hit the road or whatever, and my brother, he picks us up. And then we drive off, and we get the fuck out of there. Who's gone?
What's
Yeah.
crazy is I actually remember that happening because I was there and I remember the cops pulling up and they were like, nobody's allowed on
Everywhere.
Patriot Hill. And then I remember y'all coming back to the student sections. I was walking the track with people and I looked up there. And I was like, what the hell's going on, bro?
It smelled like straight pot, didn't it?
Yeah. Which
Was
I,
smoking that good? What?
I don't remember if that was the same year or the year before, but there was another incident. I ain't gonna say bro name either, but you probably remember he was running from the cops at a football game too, and he was running all around the damn place.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild. I ain't gonna lie, Brewer was a lot more entertaining when y'all was there. Like there was a lot of people
more
there.
entertaining.
Let me tell you, there's just one time, man, you know, I'm going to say his name because he was done bad in this situation by Brewer, okay? I'm going to say his name. Y'all keep this in there.
All right.
Andre Clark.
Oh, yeah.
He went to the
remember him.
bathroom one time, and we was sitting there, and we was chilling. And then here comes Surrett, and he comes in there and grabs Andre and smacks him into the wall.
Oh,
We
yeah.
start beating the fuck out of him. Surrett, we start beating the fucking dog shit out of that dude, like everybody does. There was like 7 people beating his ass. And he fucking falls down to the floor, and we grab Andre. We push him out of the bathroom. We start beating Surrett's ass. I'm telling you, we beat the fuck out of that man. That's why he ain't there no more. I'm telling you. The
Jesus Christ.
Brewer's a bad place. I'm telling you.
Apparently, that new
Wallace.
principal they got is kind of a douchebag, too.
I ain't
You
mad.
know-
I don't know.
we-
I haven't either.
We can cut this out. Do you know why he was started?
Do I know why he was started?
Yeah.
Surrett? Because he was going after.
No, Andre.
Oh.
Why was Surrett
No,
targeted?
he was because he was black.
What the fuck?
They thought he had weed on him. He didn't have no weed on him.
What the hell?
They just went after him and Willie in the back. You know Willie? You know what I'm talking about? They
Yeah.
went after him and Andre at the same time in the bathroom. And then they had Andre like this on the wall. And we jumped in that motherfucker and we all started beating the fuck out of him. I'm
Oh my
telling you.
god.
I
I'm
remember
telling
when Willie caught the carpet on fire
Yeah.
upstairs. That was so funny. Bro, was trying to, he was trying to rewire a vape or charge a vape or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Shit.
Yeah.
But
Dude, y'all missed the best times. Y'all was right after it, dude.
Mhm.
Like, we fucking tore hell into fucking Brewer, I'm telling you.
Man, some of y'all spirit lived on in some people. Like, man, we had people like Colt Mooney in that bitch. He was always raising hell.
Gold Mooney hung out with me in Dakota.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, there was an influence.
Yeah.
But I remember one time he jumped up and smacked the exit sign. And I don't remember if it fell or not, but they got so pissed because they were like, who did that?
Yeah.
And all the teachers came out their room. But yeah, I don't know.
I was in there, you know, where Miss Humphreys and then Kimbrough was right
Oh,
side by
yeah,
side?
yeah.
You know, the little
Freshman
bathroom
hall.
out there?
Mhm.
Man, Miss Humphreys was stressing me out. And look, I love her to death, okay? She was one of the best teachers I ever had.
Good but stressful woman.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
And she was stressing me the fuck out that day. And I was like, all right, I need a cigarette. I need some nicotine. And all I had was a cigarette. And I was getting ready to go to Florida with my parents, right? So I had a whole pack of cigarettes in my backpack. And I walked to the bathroom. And I took my backpack with me. She was like, why are you taking your backpack? And I said, because I can. So I just walked the fuck out of the room, you know? And I go into the bathroom. And I light me up a cigarette. And I smell like half of it. And I'm like blowing it into the toilet, flushing it, you know, trying to get it going, you know, the smoke going. Like how they do in jail, you know what I'm saying? And then it didn't work, obviously. And then I fucking throw the half cigarette in there and I flush it, put my shit back up, and I walk back out of the bathroom and I go back in Miss Humphrey's room. And then here comes Miss Kimbrough. Was there somebody that just went to the bathroom? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, not me.
I said, no. I straight up, I was like, because I respected Miss Kimbrough and I respected Miss Humphreys. I was like, all right, yeah, that was me. I smoked a cigarette. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then here comes Surrett, and he, you know, took me by the back of the shirt and drugged me to the front, called my mom. My mom came up there, and she got me, and she was mad as fuck, man. She was like, what's going on with you? And I said, I just smoked a cigarette. And she's like, where'd you get the cigarettes? I said, I got them from somebody. I can't say who, you know. And I didn't snitch, you know what I'm saying? And then she was like, all right, I'm going to make you smoke all of them on the way to Florida. And she did. She made me smoke all of
Oh
them.
my god.
Back to back to back to back to back to back.
God, that'd be terrible. Your throat was pretty hard. It sounded like this when you got there.
No, I was throwing up by the end
Yeah.
of it. I was done, boy.
Oh.
That shit fucked me up.
Yeah, that bathroom was kind of fucked anyway, though. Because I remember I had to go in there one time to use it during the summer when school wasn't even in session. And there was like, I don't know exactly what it was, but there was a bunch of little red spots all over the toilet paper. Now, you know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody might have been using that for a sponge of some sort. You know what I mean? So, needless to say, I went somewhere else. But, yeah, that bathroom.
You go to Huntsville, bro, you gotta be careful. You pull the toilet paper down, they done stick their needles in there and clean them off.
Yeah, that's what I think happened
that's
there.
crazy.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Dude,
yeah.
it's bad. I ain't gonna say nobody's names, but I met somebody who fucked a preacher man in Huntsville to drive his Jeep. And to drive, to get $500, just drive his Jeep around for the night. And he got it. And he did it. And you know him. I ain't gonna say names. You know him too.
Right.
I ain't gonna say names, but yeah. That motherfucker. Yeah, he took me into a bath, he was like, here, use the bathroom here, whatever. So I went in that motherfucker, needle marks all in that motherfucking toilet paper. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's just a sign to,
Yeah.
Get out of there.
That's why I quit hanging out with them motherfuckers. I'm telling you. They bad.
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm talking about, too.
Yeah, I'm sure hey, man, there's a lot of
Nah.
characters, okay?
You
Let's
know
put
what
it
I'm
that
talking
way, okay? And, there's a lot of things that have happened throughout, like, we've all been alive about, 19, about 21 years, I'd say, There's been a lot of shit that's happened in between that time around here and the surrounding areas.
There's been too much going on.
A lot of interesting people.
Hey, I'm going to talk about this. Please leave this in here.
Hi.
Hunter and Peyton. Fuck fentanyl. Do not do that shit. I used to be on that shit. I quit that shit. 2 of my best friends fucking died from that shit. So please, do not do that shit. Alright?
Be careful. Buy test kits if you're gonna do it, man. Just be
Just
safe.
don't even do it. Don't even do it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. Don't do it, but
if you're gonna do it though,
be safe.
make sure you got Narcan or something.
Shit. It's a scary world we live in with that, because if you're a drug user, man, it's easier to get a hold of that than ever. Cause, man, a lot of people doing a lot of things to cut costs. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
People making some really bad shit out there, man. You gotta be careful what you buy.
Yup.
There's one bad thing you do. Never wake up again, man. You'll be dead.
I'll tell you one thing though. I did some DMT. And I met my mom and my dad did. I met them straight on that shit. So if you do that, just have good intentions with it.
Man, DMT is one of the things.
Be
that
careful though.
Scare the hell out of me. Cause that's what releases when your body dies. Like if you did that shit, I feel like it's already naturally inside of you. But when you induce that shit when you're still alive, I've heard of people getting stuck in comas where they have like whole other lives and then wake back up and they're like not disoriented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy shit though. But
I did that shit. I'm gonna tell you, I did that shit. I went through all these rooms. I went through like 10 rooms, and they was all different, and was all like different fractals, different colors. You know what I mean? It was all different shit. It was like mirrors and whatever. And then I got to the end, and it was just a mirror. It was like a mirror straight around, and it was a blood pool, and I was a Roblox character, and I was sitting there, and I was chilling in the fucking blood pool. And then I was like, nah, this shit ain't gonna be good. You know what I mean? And then I said, okay, I gotta come back to life. And then I was like, got out of the pool. And I was looking in the mirror and I was like, no, this ain't me. This is not real. And then boom, it was my mom and my dad. And they're both deceased, right? And then they was like, hey baby, you're good. And they was holding me like this right here. And it was all yellow behind them. And they was holding me. And my mom was holding me and my dad was right here. And I was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? I was like, this is not real. And then boom, I went straight back to life. And then I stood up and I was like, holy fuck, Aiden. And then I started crying.
So how long, do you know how long the trip was in real time?
Yeah, it was like 7, 8 minutes. Like I sat there and Aiden had my head and he was just holding me. He was like, hey, Dayton. And he was like trying to make sure I was good. But I couldn't hear him. I was gone, man. Like when I took it, it felt like I have this tattoo right here. You see it?
Yeah.
And everything turned into that. And it turned into all these little faces everywhere. And I went through the bone. And I turned into the water, and then I was a smoke, and I was out, and I was boom, and I was gone. It was gone.
That's some pretty gnarly shit.
It was dope.
Shit,
It was dope until the end, and then I started crying. And then Aiden did it, right? And you can keep that in there. Aiden did it with me. And that motherfucker did that, and he fucking. My mother just started laughing, boy. He was gone. And he fucking ran out the fucking room. He busted out the house. He was in the front yard just fucking laughing, grabbing the trees. That motherfucker was going crazy. And then he finally came back to the door and he dropped down on his knees. He was like, "Are you okay?"
Have you ever tried down salvia? That's what that sounds like.
Yes, I have.
So how was that experience?
I did that with I'm not gonna say his name. You know who it is.
Okay, word.
But I did that shit with him, and everything turned into the Nirvana smiley faces. Everything. Like, and I was sitting under like an awning at the time, like the grass, everything. And then I took off running, and I ripped my shirt off and ran straight into the fucking fence. Ran through the fence, busted the fence out, jumped into the fucking pond. This was like at midnight. And dude, I was like out of my mind. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was not good. And then next thing I see, grabbed me out of the pond, and he was like, "Hey, you okay?" And he was like smacking me on the face. He said, "Do you feel it? Do you feel it?" And then I came back and I said, "Do you think I fucking feel it? You know what I mean? Do you think I fucking feel it?"
Yeah, I think you would. And I seen a video one time. This couple that took salvia. They both took it at the same time. Bad mistake because there was nobody else in the crib. One of them just sat there and like tweaked out on God. And the other one got to run and start and jump through the window. And then they came back in the crib. We're like, what happened? So that scared me from ever doing that shit. Boy, I tell you what. But yeah, yours don't sound quite as bad as that. At least you didn't bust through no windows.
I busted through a fucking chain link fence.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on now. That's worse than a window. Jumped in the pond after that at midnight.
Oh my God.
Hey, what time of year was it though? Was it cold?
It was like November, dude.
Oh, hell no.
It was like November.
You came back too, you was probably like...
No, I didn't come back to. He drugged me out and was smacking me in the face.
Well, you eventually came back.
I did. And he said, "You feeling it?" And I said, "You think I'm fucking feeling it?" You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That shit's rough, boy.
I think that would have been pretty easy to tell if you spend it or not. I mean, do you normally go jump in the pond? Is that a sober activity? I didn't think so. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't jump in the pond even if I was. If I did fucking weed, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, there was one time that a bunch of my friends went jumping into the pond, and I was like, hell no. I just stood there, bro. I was like, y'all crazy. Because it was like probably October, so that shit was pretty cold, too. I mean, I did jump in a river in like October one time. That shit was cold, but that's a little better, you know.
You remember old Saul?
Oh, yeah.
Saul?
Yeah.
Garcia?
Oh, yeah.
And Bradbury?
Bro, Bradbury, I got some funny stories about him. Like, not nothing too crazy. He's funny.
He took me to, I'm gonna say his name because he cool. Jesse Campbell.
Yeah.
Or no, not Jesse Campbell. Jesse. Damn, I can't think.
Yeah, I think I know who you talking about though.
Little brown head boy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that motherfucker. We went over to his house. Me and Bradbury did before we was going to ride the trails over there in Decatur, and Jesse gave me some acid. I took that acid. Woo, boy! I was outside of Bradbury's truck holding on with the door open. And I was holding on with just my fingers and it was bouncing through that motherfucker. I had mud all over me. And then they said, "I dare y'all to go off that rope swing." And we did. Naked.
Hey,
What the fuck?
Game is game,
I'm
guess.
telling you. There was like 7 of us that went off that bitch. But we didn't want to get our clothes wet. So we went off that bitch naked. It was like Saul, me, J-Mo, Bradbury. There was a bunch of us, dude. Like, there was a bunch of us.
Yeah.
Raul, I'm pretty sure.
Bradbury funny though, bro. Cause I remember like one time I told him that I lived in Africa for 3 years, just and this was freshman year, mind you. Like I was 14, so that would have been pretty wild. And he believed, he's like, "Oh really?" He's like, "How is it over there?" I'm like, "Man, it's great. It's pretty hot though." He just kept asking me questions. I was like, "No, I didn't live there." And then he told me he thought the Holocaust was a movie. Love Bradbury though, bro. He's always a good dude. But yeah, he's a little bit
He was a good dude, boy.
Oh yeah.
He still is.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Yeah, he low key like calmed down like crazy too. Like, he started being hella responsible.
You want me to tell you something? He hung out with my buddy Colt, and you ain't never met him. He went to Harts with me.
Oh,
When I went to Harts or whatever. But in 5th grade, he got in a bad car accident, and they took out part of his brain. So you know, he's a little different, but he's still a good kid. You know, he's a great person. But he was hanging out with Bradbury one night, and I introduced him to one another. And Colt was driving his fucking truck down, where Crybaby Holler is in Hartsville.
Yeah.
He was driving that motherfucker, and where that curve is, he turned, and when he turned, he flipped. And he flipped with Miguel, fucking Bradbury, all of them in the fucking car. And they all almost fucking died, dude, for real. And after that, I ain't talked to Bradbury because he thinks that I still hang out with the Colt. And, I mean, he comes over from time to time. I was in his wedding, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good dude, though, still. He still talks to me. You know?
Yeah. I mean, then people grow too. I mean, I'm sure he ain't the same dude he was all the way back then either. You know what I mean? So
People mature and they change. Like they change their bad ways, they change their stupid actions.
not everybody, but most people do that.
Well, you get better as you get older. You change for what you need to change.
Corporate out, Chris. This boy high as fuck.
Nah, Nick don't do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cut it out.
Nick, the sober host, man. He don't ever do that. All those shit.
Supremely sober.
I'm sober too.
Live audience believes it too. He's sober.
There ain't no lie, though.
No.
I was gonna say,
joking about
holy
that.
fuck.
No. We might do a live podcast eventually, but that's something that we'd have to have a lot better internet for.
Oh.
That shit, or you have to.
I mean, I have
My
better
internet
now,
sucks.
but it's we have to have a setup for that.
Yeah, I want to eventually build a studio to actually record podcasts in, but that takes a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I did finally buy a camera though for the podcast, so that'll be coming soon. So that's dope.
That camera's gonna be dope for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But
Once we can actually do a setup for it, it'll be a lot easier.
see, I
So we
think.
can just have people hold it.
Oh my god. Everybody
it's
used to
you.
do that.
I
Everybody.
used to do that all the time.
I forgot that was even a thing until my homie at work the other day did it to me. And I was like, oh, you got me fucking joking me. 'Cause he
Where's
got
your
me like
son?
twice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about. Thank you for saying that. So,
How
how
was
is
that?
being a father?
Oh, it's fucking great.
I wanted
dude.
to ask that question.
Oh,
No, you're
if you can ask the follow up
Alright, they can ask the follow up.
It's fucking great, man. It really is. I mean, you have to have a lot of fucking patience, though. I'll be honest with you. You really have to have a lot of patience. Patience and early mornings.
Patience in early morning. That's a good one.
That's the best thing
That's a
I
good
can tell you.
podcast, man.
It is. But yeah, I bet. Because, man, them little infants, especially when they like newborn, I look forward to it, but it's going to be a struggle, though, for sure.
It's good for the first 3 months after 6 months.
Okay.
When 6 months hits, it's all right. I mean, but for the first 6 months, it's just really, really, it really tests your patience. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really, like really
Yeah,
hard.
really prepared.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, this is gonna suck.
No, it don't suck, but
Well,
it's
it's
just
like,
like
it's not suck, but
It's a lot of responsibility. You really
Yes,
got to
yes.
lock in. But
you gotta be like ready to wake up at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning nonstop. You know what I mean?
You gotta be prepared to get very little sleep for a
Yes.
very long time.
Yes, and run off little sleep.
Have very little fuel in your rocket ship.
Yes, that's the best part.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it right there.
hey, man.
You're trying to do everything you can, you know what I mean? But it's just like you
And
can't
take
get it.
shifts if you can.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So lock
Shift
in
work.
with your woman too.
Lock in with your woman.
Make sure she loves
That's a
you.
great thing that a lot of Americans fail to do, I think, is lock in with their
Oh, yeah.
spouse.
There's
And
very
they end up
little
getting
love.
old. End up getting old, and then they have nobody to count on.
There's very little loving relationships nowadays. You know.
There's very little love later on when it's needed the most.
You gotta build. I think family is a big thing. You gotta and also friends. I mean, you gotta build a circle around you that you can trust and don't push you forward and not hold you back. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make. Is, you gotta always stay loyal to your people. But if it gets to a point where can't help them. Sometimes you just gotta like love them, but just keep
Love
doing
them
your
and let
thing.
them know. Just be truthful with them. Like just be honest. That's the best thing to do. Like, hey, like if you're sitting there and you have a bad day and your woman has a good day, and y'all both got a child to care for, this person should take 20 or 50, 20, like 40%. You know what I mean? This person should take 60%. Because it takes 100%. You know what I mean? It takes one another to do for each other. Like.
That's a great quote. Maybe one another to do for each other.
If this person's having a bad day and this person's not, one of y'all should do more than the other, just to take care of one another. I mean, as simple as that.
Yeah, and that's a really good way to put it. Cause they say it takes a village to raise a kid. That's about the truth.
Yeah,
if you
is
want them to turn out right, they need that love and no people there for them.
And you don't want to continue the cycle. You know what I mean? Like whatever's happened to you, you don't want to continue doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. You want to change it. You want to go a different way about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you always want your child to have opportunities you didn't have, or like you want to be able to help them the best way you can. That's
Most
just
definitely.
think how everybody should be. But I mean, how has being a father changed your perspective, like just overall? Think there's been like a big shift because of that, or?
Yeah, most definitely, because I know that there's somebody that loves me that I need to come home to. Like he loves me unconditionally, and I love him the same way. It just makes me think about, the way he does love me, because, his first words were "Dada," so it's just like,
That's great.
it lets me know that he thinks about me, and he knows who I am. He knows who his mother is, of course, but
Okay.
he loves. He goes to his mom more than he goes to me, but he says dad, 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 dad all day long.
Well, yeah, that's just how it always is, though. I feel like with babies, they have a natural draw to their mother, So that's the first person that
That's just a boy thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's just a boy thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 'cause that is true. The little girls always, like, look up to their fathers and stuff. That's kind of like...
They love their fathers more than me. That's what I wanted to begin with. I'm not mad about what I got. You know what I mean?
Hey, maybe
I
baby
love my
number
son
3.
just
3 kid girl, man. Hey, locking it in right now. Hey, you got to put it out there, manifest that.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Hey, but yeah, man, I think it's a very beautiful thing about life. As you get older, having another person to care for and teach. How things are in the world. They don't know nothing coming in. You got to fill their head with everything. So.
You gotta change your fucking life. Just trust me. I did the worst of the worst. Trust me. Just turn it around. Don't do that shit. It's not worth it. Like you want to be in jail. You want to sit your life in jail. No, you don't. So just do something different.
Well, it's easier for other people to cut things off than others, but I feel like there's always a way to get out of something if you really change things around and really focus on the positive and try and do the best thing you can do. Because I've seen it happen with a lot of people. Did a lot of things. Maybe even been to jail multiple times. But you can always turn it around though. So just keep that in mind, man. Good choices each day lead to better outcomes.
It does.
Have you ever been in jail?
Yeah. He is. He is.
How is that?
Like twice now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I went for a DUI, and then I went for robbery, home invasion, theft of property, or possession of stolen property, a bunch of stuff. And that's all been dealt with. So
Yeah.
How is you have been to jail? So yeah, you've been to jail. How has that impacted how you raise your child, or has it?
It really ain't got nothing to do with him. It's just when
Do you
go,
take more care of him so he doesn't end up like?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I don't want him to end up like me. I really don't. You know what I mean? This is where we change the path.
Yeah, you want to change his path so he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't want that for him. You know what I mean? That's the worst of the worst. So imagine sleeping on a mat this fucking big. You know what I mean? And you get 1 hour a day out of your fucking cell. That shit sucks.
Were you in Marshall or?
Yeah, Marshall.
Yeah, I've heard it's not the place to be for sure.
I've heard Marshall's pretty bad.
It's the worst of the worst, man. In Alabama, it's one of the worst. I'm telling you.
What year was it that you were in there? Like how long ago?
what month is it?
Well, it's June. Yeah, it's the June.
I went in there in February.
Oh, okay. So this year, okay. I
Yeah.
feel you. Yeah.
We've got continuing things going, but we ain't.
Yeah,
gonna
no, we all do it.
Catch me if you can.
So, was Miss Kimbrough your favorite teacher? You would say?
Fuck no.
No.
No. Fuck no. Mr. Nelson.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Nelson,
Okay.
Miss Humphreys, and then Miss Kimbrough.
Like, so would you say like Nelson helped? Like, what did he do for you that made you like him the best?
Man, he used to pick me up
Okay.
from church or from home and take me to church and shit. That man was a good man. He is a good man.
Mhm.
He's the greatest man you could ever. He taught me a lot. Man, I'm gonna cry talking about this. I don't want to.
No, you good.
This man is a good man.
Hey,
That's
man, I
all I'm gonna
believe
say
it.
about it. He's a good man.
Hey man, I hope he's doing good too. Yeah, he left Brewer, but yeah, I think he went somewhere else.
Yeah.
To do that. So. Hey man, them ag teachers always pretty good people. Low key, I ain't never really met one of them that was like a bad person. So
He's a great man. He's done more for me than any other father figure that I've ever had has. He's taught me more than I could ever imagined. That man is a great man. That's all I gotta say about him. That's all I'm gonna say.
hey, yes
about him.
sir, I understand that, man.
That makes me emotional just talking about it.
Hey man, that's all right, man. That's a good thing though. You know what I mean? These positive, emotions. You know what I'm saying? Towards
It's a great figure on your life.
good memories. You know what I mean?
He's a great man. Y'all need to go talk to him sometime.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
serious.
That's kind of how. Did you ever have Mr. Hudson? I liked him. He was awesome.
Yeah,
Me and
Mr.
Nate
Hudson
had
had a great impact on my life.
Oh yeah, I want to go see him. So he probably retired now. Look, there's a lot of people that retired. Like, yeah, my mom down there about retired. She wanted to this year, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, man. Yeah.
Miss Humphreys was a great teacher too, only because I sucked at fucking math, dude. I sucked at
Math was
math.
I
terrible.
sucked at math.
I sucked at algebra, but she taught me how to fucking do it, and I did it. And then when she taught me, I fucking had it. I was good. I was in like when I was supposed to be in 10th grade, I was in 9th grade classes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and she taught me, and then I went to 11th grade classes when I was in 10th grade, and I went through it, and I was like, all right, bet. And she taught me. She was a good teacher. She was. Miss Kimbrough was a good teacher because she was more. She's a science teacher, so like she was more like heartfelt with me. Like she wanted to be more, like intact with you. I don't even know the words for it. Like
Miss Kimbrough always had like bat ears too. I swear she had echo. Like she could hear you from anywhere you were.
yeah.
Me and Nick probably terrorized her. We'd be sitting there
yeah.
watching videos like eating
We'd be sitting there watching some
We were
crazy
sitting in
ass,
two desks that were in the very corner by themselves.
Yeah.
Right
Over there in
beside
the
her
back.
desk.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, they were beside her
beside-
desk. Yeah, and she would always be looking back at us like, just giving us a death glare. But
I was the one right here, and then it was me and Owen Cooper, and we
Oh,
fucking
Jesus
terrorized
Christ.
the fuck out of her. That's her
Uh,
cousin.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we terrorized the fuck out
yeah.
of her.
Mm. But yeah, did you ever have any issues with any teachers?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
Without saying like, you don't even gotta say the name of them, but like, you got any stories about that?
There was one science teacher I had in 11th grade, and I was on Xanax really bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was doing them every day, like every morning. I'd do like 2 or 3, and I'd go throughout my school day, and I'd sleep all day, and I'd just go class to class sleeping. And I had this one science teacher. Her name started with K. I might know who it is, and she was just a little nerdy woman. And she'd wake me up, and I'd cuss this bitch out. I'm fucking telling you, I'd cuss her out so bad. I told her to leave me alone. And then finally, she took me out in the hallway. She sat my desk out there, She said, do this. And she gave me a packet. I laid down. I went to sleep on top of it. Drooled all over it. She got mad. She came out there, whatever. I wasn't really worried about it. And she was like, go to the principal, tell him what's up. So I walked down there, and by the time I get down there, she's done calling, you know. It was Mr. Elliott at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, hey, yeah, I had him as a principal all through.
Yeah, he was a bad guy. I didn't like him.
Yeah,
And,
he was cocky as hell. I didn't like him for real. He's alright.
he called my fucking mom, man, and my mom, he was like, can I whoop him? Pretty much, he wanted to paddle me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was fucking pissed, you know what I mean? And here comes, you know, Mr. Elliott. He does like this. He says, can I paddle him? Bam, puts down the phone. He walks over there, starts smacking me on the ass. He smacked me like 4, 5, 6 times.
Then they ain't supposed
Like,
to do that.
yeah,
It's supposed to
I'm
only
like,
be 3.
Dude, I'm like,
Jeez.
fuck. Like, eventually, I turn around and I grab the fucking paddle and I'm holding it. I'm like, dude, you don't need to do all this. And he was like, what are you going to do about it? I said, I'm about to beat your fucking ass. And then he yanks it, he tries to yank it back, and I still got it. And then he yanks it back, and he yanks it back one more time, and he whack. And when he whacks again, I catch it, and I take it, and I throw it across the fucking room. And I was like, you're not fucking doing this shit. I was like, you better call my mom again and ask her what you're doing. And then he didn't want to do it. So I walked the fuck out of his fucking office, and I was like, you got to catch me if you want me. And I walked the fuck back to my class. I grabbed my backpack. It was like 5 minutes before the bell rang, you know, for the end of the day.
Yeah.
Grabbed my backpack, and I walk out there, and I'm already waiting on the fucking bus.
Man.
They didn't say shit after that.
There was one time when I was still in Union Hill, I think, I don't know how old I was. This kid was in junior high, I think 8th grade, about to graduate. And his name was, I feel like I didn't say this, it's been forever ago. His name was Thomas Grayson. I think he didn't never go to Brewer. But yeah, he fucking hit Elliott. Like, he hauled off on his ass, bro. Yeah.
I don't fucking blame him.
That was so funny.
Elliott was a fucking joke, dude.
He always was like so cocky to everybody. Like, he always seemed like he got pleasure out of punishing people. I don't know what that was about, but I don't know, man. Cause I got paddled by him quite a bit.
Surrett did too.
See, I never got like paddled in Brewer. I think I had to write a couple, like, cause they had us do them whatever writing things. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I wrote one of them for somebody that I went for Kilpatrick one time. She handed bitches out like hotcakes, bro.
I got one from this park.
I got one from this, what's her name? With the L upstairs.
Linderman?
Yes.
Yeah. How'd you get one?
I don't know.
She's like the most chill.
I don't know.
She didn't give a damn about nothing, for real. But
I know, you can fucking
yeah, for real.
in her class. And
Dude, no, the most, did you have Mr. Bailey?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
was-
have
he
him,
was
but
so
I was out there in his
chill,
class.
so
yeah.
chill. Like, you could be, that's the only class you could be fucked up off anything in there, and he just look at you and be like, huh, and just keep teaching.
Oh, my teachers didn't give a fuck.
Well, I don't
telling
know.
you.
I had all the damn, like, I don't know. I had the teachers that were,
Rough.
yeah, or not. Luckily, I skipped, Larson, though. I never had her. Good God. I would have probably piled off on her ass.
I had her.
Really?
Yes. I
Damn.
had her.
I didn't think she even taught no more English class. I thought she only did
She was
AP
there
shit.
my last year.
Mm.
She failed everybody in my fucking class, and they
I
did
heard it
everything
was
she
hard,
wanted
bro. There was
to.
this kid that I had class with, and he would always come in there with these, like, I don't even know, bro. It's a weird project. Like, it is, like, I have to do this by Friday, and it's like yeah, I don't know. I couldn't have done that shit, bro.
Miguel got kicked the fuck out of her class because he was in there on the fucking desk, and he was jumping that bitch across the room, and he was on acid. And he kept saying he was seeing monkeys, and he was trying to jump with them.
Oh, my God.
Dude, and he fucking got took out of class by the cops, man. Like,
Man, Miguel used to always walk around with earbuds in and freestyling. I love that. That's funny. He
He's
just walked
great.
by, like, dropping a freestyle.
you remember Hunter, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Rest in peace, Hunter, man. That motherfucker died too early, man. He really did. He really
Yeah.
fucking did.
Man, it's sad, but it happens, man. Just same thing with, like, Zane. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they did to them motherfuckers?
I do remember, yeah. That shit was
Do
pretty.
you know exactly what they did to them motherfuckers?
I think I remember, but like I may not know all the details. Hell, it's been a while. That's before COVID.
Hey,
That's
R.I.P.
crazy.
Zane, fam, for real.
Really RIP everybody that
Really?
gone too
Yeah.
early, man. It's just
RIP everybody that gone.
not ever a good situation. But
Gone before you were.
and then shout out to all the people though that was wild youngins and got out of it doing good for themselves now. There's a whole lot of them too, man. You gotta look at the good with the bad. So, hey.
That's what it is, fam.
Mm-hmm.
I got out that shit, fam.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man.
Here I am.
Hey, everybody got experiences that lead up to the present day, but shit, it's really all about what you're doing now. As long as you on a good path, you're probably gonna stay on a good path. You know what I mean? As long as you don't let yourself deviate too far off of it. So yeah, that's what I try to do. Like, especially this past year, I've been trying to get closer with God. You feel me? I've been trying to like just cut out negativity of all time. Like even switched up. Like I don't listen to as much like music that's like super violent no more. Just cause like I feel like, cause I love certain type of music. I've always listened to it. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you have certain things constantly going in your mind, it kind of feeds that. You know what I mean? So like I still do listen to a lot of it, but it's a lot less because that used to be like mainly what I listened to. But hell, even recently I've been trying to embrace like certain country music even because I've never really been a fan of it too heavy. But I mean, shit, as I get older, like I just get more open to kind of every walk of life, every different aspect. You know what I mean? That's really what it's about. Me getting experience. That's why we started this whole podcast shit. Is to talk to different people, get different perspectives on everything. Because everybody got a different one for real.
Get different people's perspectives and share like what our perspective is based on that.
Let me tell you, fam. God's a good way to look at it. I'm gonna give you my testimony real quick. I've got it tatted on my face because if them people come over here and they want to kill us for our religion and kill us for God or whatever, I ain't gonna go out and deny him for His name because He's the best person you could ever run to. I've had a lot of folks in my life, this died, and I've had a lot of folks that's lived that probably shouldn't have. But things happen. Things happen. Let me tell you though,
God gives His toughest battles to His toughest warriors. So if you feeling like you down and out, you feeling like you in the dumps, you feeling like you ain't doing no good, trust me, you're gonna get out of it. He's gonna make a way for you. I promise you. If you feel like you're not doing no good, just trust in Him. He's gonna get you out of this. He will.
Find good in Him.
Trust in His name. Just pray to Him. Say His name out loud. That's the greatest way to scare evil away. Because evil's real. Some of y'all might not have witnessed it or been there or ever been through evil or but I know some of y'all have. It'll be the greatest thing that you've ever done or will do because it'll teach you a way. I'm telling you,
Amen.
I ain't got no more words for it.
A lot of miracles are made, you know what I mean? And ain't just made out of nowhere. That's the best way to put it. You see a lot of people that, you would never think will recover some of the deepest depths you can go as a human being, but they come back. And, a lot of that is just energy, man. If you put that bad energy away and you try to separate your soul from it, man, you give your life over to God, man. Just try your best, man. Ain't nobody perfect. I mean, shit. It's just like we sitting here all about cursing like sailors, you know what I mean? We all do shit every day that's not, in the guidelines of what you're supposed to do, but we trying, you know what I mean? Praying every day, just trying to be the best person you can be. That's really the first step to just trying to, cleanse your energy for real. That's been my goal for the longest time. Just try to get myself in an equilibrium where I'm feeling good. I can, be around other people and influence them in good ways. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just, try to be good and all that.
don't live with no hatred in your heart. Just love one another. That's the best thing you can do.
Low hatred is the best way to live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and there's plenty of it to go around, man. Especially if you feed into, social media is a big thing now, where a lot of beefs that don't even need to happen get started over this stupid shit. You know what I mean? And there, you can avoid that, but it's hard. And I think everybody recognizes that it's hard because it's always in your face. People don't try you. That's just part of life. You know what I mean? If you're doing good, especially, there's always somebody that's gonna see that and not really be a fan of it. Maybe because they don't like you for something else. You know what I mean? So you always just gotta keep that in mind. Try to treat people how you want to be treated, man. It's cliche as fuck, but it's true though. I mean, I try to just show respect to everybody. Take everybody's opinion the same way, show it the same amount of respect. So.
People are always gonna hate on something they can't do, something they won't do.
Just love one another. That's all it's about: love, peace, and harmony.
Exactly, man. That's why we call this peace, prosperity, and progress. Cause one of my goals with this is like a lot of the people we're having on right now, we're all kind of young and still figuring things out. I'm hoping if we keep this going and get to 100, 200 episodes, people can come back on and talk about the progress they've made, and that would be really dope to have. Because I don't really. Eventually, I'd love to be able to make a living off of this, but it's really not even about that. It's more just about I genuinely enjoy having something to do at the end of my week that just opens my mind up, forces me to talk about things that I don't talk about otherwise. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's a good outlet. So.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't really do shit like this around here. I mean,
You
got
get Ethan on here. Ethan from Allentown.
Oh yeah, 3.
He wants to be on here.
Yeah, I do. I was gonna message him about
Yeah,
that.
he wants to be on here. Him and his brother.
Oh yeah,
They
PR.
both want to be on here.
Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, dude, that tattoo that old dude got 3's brother, the school, that shit hard, bro. I messaged him about that.
They both cool as fuck.
Oh yeah. I've talked to 3 a good bit, on some real shit, but we just ain't ever linked because he lived out there in
Allentown.
Well, he wasn't living in Albertville there for a little bit.
Aniston. He was
Aniston.
living in Aniston.
Aniston. So
He
I
was
was
on the
going.
run then.
Yeah, I know he has. I ain't even gonna get into that, but yeah, man. 3's definitely cool people. Yeah, I need to link up with him. There's a lot of people I need to do interviews with and get on here, but I mainly just have been doing it with people that hit me up about it, and then trying to schedule that, and then I'm kind of waiting to start asking people to come on. But I feel like that's the best way to do it. And not everybody's got as interesting the stories and shit, but it's just I feel like everybody got an opinion to give, even if it's not, as extravagant as others. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Everybody got their
Some
quirks.
people aren't as interested in getting on the camera and doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I'd love to get
some
on
people
here.
would give a story, but they don't want to get on camera and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little awkward with it. I can't lie to you. I ain't never been on camera, but I'm here.
Well, you've done pretty good for not done it before, man. I really think
really done good.
if you wanted to hop on a TikTok or a YouTube short or something and tell stories yourself, you could probably do it for real. I mean,
I got 1,000 stories, but I can't incriminate myself.
yeah, I feel you, bro.
Once they get past the incrimination line.
But yeah, if it's been 7 years, statutes of limitations.
What year is it?
2025.
2025.
So anything 2018 and back is cool.
So I can say something.
Yeah, I did. Hey man, whatever you do, just don't say no names if it's
I ain't saying no names. Me and this boy, we was out there. I ain't gonna say where. It's a city right over here.
Yeah, right.
I ain't gonna say the name of the place either, but we jumped through that fucking window. Woo! We got too much. I'm telling you. Then the next day, we wake up, I walk outside, and I'm just rubbing my eyes. And there's little steps. Open my eyes, boom, police car. Morgan County Sheriff. He gets my ass, runs me inside. Here comes 6 more. They motherfucking searched the whole fucking place. Dayton's too smart though. Lifted up the floor and put it under there. Everything. Then they come, they take me to jail. Then they take this dude to jail who was with me. And they said, you gotta go to jail. I said, for what? I ain't done anything. Y'all ain't got nothing on me. They didn't have nothing on me. So they took me back to my house. And here we go. Don't do that shit.
Yeah, man, hey, like I know, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna try to say this without like saying too much, but like there's this person I used to talk to sometimes, from heart or from a certain place. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like they knew you very well, and they would be always tripping like, "Yo, he ain't called nobody in 7 days." I'm like, I have to tell you more about that later, but yeah, I found that funny because like.
People's worried about me.
Yeah, bro, you was definitely like you.
I was on that shit.
Used to go ghost a lot. Apparently, that's all I'm saying about that.
Because I would go from here to here, and then when I was here, I was ghost. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, was there a period of time, did you always go to school before you dropped out consistently, or did you not go a lot?
No, I went to school every day. And then,
Okay.
and then one day I was sitting there, and I'm going to say his fucking name, and if you're watching this, fuck you. And I'm sorry. Caden Fisher, you pissed me the fuck off, and you was cussing Miss Humphreys out, and I threatened to beat the fuck out of you, and I didn't. And then one day, you pissed me off too bad, so I picked up the fucking desk and I smacked it on your fucking head, and I told Miss Humphreys I'm walking out of this fucking class and I'm never coming back again. She said, "Yes, you are. Go to the principal." Didn't go to the principal. I walked out of there and never went back.
Fair enough, dude. I mean, hey, that's a hell of an exit, though.
Fuck that kid. What the fuck was his problem? Cussing out Miss Humphreys, man. She was a good person.
Yeah, she was intense, but she didn't deserve that,
No.
though. You know, because I mean, she even like she let me off with certain things, and I mean, she knew. I don't think I can say. I probably could, but I ain't gonna say bro name. J.O. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. His ass would be in there. And one time we was sitting there talking, and I was having a conversation with this man.
Tall blonde boy?
Yeah. I turned back around. He's gone, right? And then I turned back around probably like, I kid you not, 10 seconds later. Bro's sitting in a desk in the back. And he gets up when I look back, comes back over there. And I said, "Where the fuck did you go, bro?" He had went to the bathroom in the time that, like, I swear to God, he teleported to the bathroom and was like, "Yeah, I just took some edibles, bro." But anyway, like I'm saying, she knew shit like that was going on and didn't really, like she would get on to you if she saw it. Like, she wanted people that was very on her shit. Like, she was not going to get herself in trouble, but she let us get away with, like, more than a lot of teachers would.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I'm saying she's the greatest teacher.
Like, yeah. And she was a good teacher, bro. Like, I mean, she knew how to teach.
I'm not going to say his name, but Mr. M. I'd get high every day before I went in there with old redhead boy. I'm going to say his name.
Yeah.
And we'd get really fucking high, and we'd walk in there, and he'd be showing us how to do the saws. And he looked at me one day, and he said, "Hey, Dayton, you all right this morning?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm all right." He said, "I know you are." Just patted me on the shoulder. Fucking crazy, boy.
Man, there was a guy that used to go out in his truck and drink a bunch of beer and then come back. Oh my God, bro. Nick, you got any questions? I'm sorry. I feel like I've been
any questions?
Yeah, bro, I've had a couple.
Come on.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Did your experience with, has your experience with Mr. M? I could probably say his name.
I don't say his name.
Well, has your experience with him been the best experience out of all the teachers?
Yes.
So he's the only one you'd say has been the best.
He's the greatest teacher there ever was and ever will be. Now I will say that, and that's all I got to say about it. Now he got me thinking about him gets me emotional. You know what I mean? So he's one of the greatest teachers. You got any more?
Did you go to Brewer your entire high school?
No, I came to Brewer 10th grade. I got kicked out of Harts in 9th grade.
Gotcha.
I got kicked out of Harts for beating the fuck out of a boy that sprayed silly string in the back of my fucking hair
Oh my God.
during a pet rally. So I grabbed him like this and I threw him over me down the fucking bleachers. He flew into everybody, and then he got up and he walked up the fucking bleachers, and I beat the fuck out of him again.
Man, you remember fucking Dawson Lindsay? You remember him at all?
Yeah, I should have beat his ass too.
But he's cool now, but like, bro, the first time I ever met him, he put down kindly down the back of my shirt.
I would have beat the fuck out of him.
Man,
I'm sorry. The only person that's ever put up a fight to me, and like I'm not saying I'm the best fighter there ever was, but I can fight like a motherfucker, okay? The only motherfucker that's ever put up a fight to me is Jesse Lee. That's it. And I will say that. Jesse fucking Lee. That motherfucker is the only motherfucker that's ever put up a fight to me. And actually done something, you know?
how many fights would you estimate you've been in if you ever put a number on it? I'm very curious about that.
Around 30 or 40. I've been in a lot of fights. Go
Take a
on.
little dog test, man.
Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, girl. Oh, fuck.
Guest of honor.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you technically got 2 kids living here. You know, you got
What's your fighting record?
What's his fight record?
Well, I've
bro?
never lost a fight.
Oh shit, Brett's 40 and 0.
Yeah, dude, I've never lost a fight.
Hell yeah.
The only time I've ever really been beat up is when Jaden Gray, Demeron Turney, Jalen something, and then like 3 other people jumped my ass in one time.
Oh shit. It's not really a fight at that point.
No, that's just
And all they did was leave a mark right here. Like, that's all they did. Like, they really didn't beat my... I ain't gonna lie, I was on cocaine at the time, so they beat the fuck out of my ass down into the fucking hubcap of the car. And then finally I was like, fuck it. And I stood the fuck up, and I just started beating the fuck out of everybody. And, yeah. It didn't go very well for him.
Yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
It is.
Charge you up.
It is. It didn't go good for them, though, I'll tell you that much.
Would you say you enjoy fighting?
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
If you have him on Snapchat, you know that.
Fuck yes. I love to fight.
Do you like recreational fighting? Do you like
I like any kind of fight.
any kind of like
Any
street fight,
I
recreational
love
fight?
I love to put my fist in somebody's face.
Like, you're
It feels really
somebody's
good.
fucking mouth.
Yes, it feels really good. It makes me bark like a dog.
How young were you when you got your first fight?
Dude, I got kicked out of not even kindergarten, preschool because I was busting people's eyelids.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Real
Yeah,
shit.
bro, you on that shit.
I've got papers of it and shit over there in the drawer.
Man, I got kicked out of preschool for throwing a shoe at some girl. Damn, it wasn't that bad.
I was
Crazy.
busting people's eyelids open when I was 6 years old. Me and this girl, my mom and her friends sat me and her up on top of the driver, or the top of the car or whatever, and I pushed that bitch off and broke her arm.
Oh my god.
I've always had something wrong with me. I'm telling you.
Hey, man. Have you ever, like, actually got checked out for anything?
Oh yeah, I've got problems.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've got problems. I mean, I can be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be normal. I am normal. You know what I'm saying? But like, at the same time, I don't have to be. It just takes like something that just clicks, and then it's just like, boom. All right, I'm not cool. I don't am.
I understand. Some things just strike a chord a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't really no getting away around that.
It's just somebody saying something about my mom, my dad, or her, or my baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing about none of them, and we're good. I don't know what the fuck he said about her that day, but I fucking went off, boy. I went the fuck off.
It was just personal, whatever you said.
Yeah.
Just a close relationship.
Yeah, yeah, it really was.
Yeah. And if my dumb ass does forget to cut that out for some reason, at least you didn't say no names.
No,
So,
no.
yeah.
I ain't saying that. No, you can keep it in there. You can keep it in there. I don't give a fuck.
But
I like to fight. Anybody who wants to, let me know.
Yeah, hey man, hey, if y'all want us to set up a triple P boxing event, Dayton versus like 8 people, the whole
Oh
card.
god.
I
Okay,
got it.
yeah, we got you. But
Go back.
Nick can be
I
the
will.
ring girl too, man. Y'all been asking for it to be oiled up, man. We finally fulfilled that request. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But nah, I really do. That'd be so fun. They kind of did that with that, like, you should get in on that Southern boxing whatever ring they have.
I tried. Do you know Joby Giles? You know what that
I've
is?
heard that name. I don't know him though.
I've got him on fucking social media. That's my buddy. He fucking does the Redneck Brawls.
Yeah.
And he wants me to get on there.
Consider
Joby
that.
fucking Giles. You're fucking the GOAT, fam. You really are. He really is. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That motherfucker's tough.
And I know them. There's that one girl called the Creature or whatever, like the big old bitch that's fighting
I
everybody.
don't
You
know.
ain't ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the fights that I don't even know. There's all kinds of characters involved in that. Yeah, yeah, they.
Joby wants to fight me, but he wants me to put up like $1,000.
I mean, hey, might be easy money for you though. You never know.
It will be, but I ain't got $1,000 to put up.
I mean,
You know what I mean? I got that boy right there.
yeah, babies are not cheap. I've heard.
No. No.
And yeah, tell them. But yeah, even the formula, the diaper, bro. Like I've seen the prices of some of that stuff, and that's one reason I'm waiting to have a child right now. You know what I mean? I'd love to have one right now, but woo, them things, you know. And I think it goes like cars, houses, then babies.
How much a month do you think we spend? Probably $1,000 a month on
Everything.
everything. Yeah, everything you make, you gonna spend on him or whatever.
Well, so like you ain't got to tell me where, but like what kind of work do you do now? Like you just
Wood flooring, anything to do with wood flooring.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I just always see you driving around, so I thought you did like deliveries or something.
I do
like
deliveries. Sometimes I get up under the house and like I'll drill 3-inch nails into this person's house because like them. I ain't gonna say the company's name, but like they'll have people go out there and they'll shoot nails in there, and it's not worth a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, they're missing the form. You know, so I gotta go in there and fucking screw nails in. You know what I mean? And it just, and then sometimes I gotta go in there and fix flooring. Like if somebody chips their flooring, gotta fix that. I deliver it. Sometimes I help with laying it, not a lot. Just sometimes depends if they need help. It's just a lot.
So how's the schedule on that? Is it just like whenever they need you, or do you have a set time?
It's 8 to 5 every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked about 7 to either 3:30 or 4:30 normally. I'd like to start later for real in the day, but at the same time, I like having a little bit of like daylight this time of year. But I also been in college, and me and Nick both been in college for a while, so that should eat some hell of time, bro. Like that's why when I was telling you, like at that one point that I didn't have like time for, I forget whatever the fuck was going on, but yeah, bro, like I have to really pick my moments with shit. But luckily it's calmed down, because I ain't gonna lie, I got this one class that I said fuck it, just dropped it, because it's calculus, bro.
Oh,
My
yeah,
brain
fuck
ain't doing that. My brain just ain't doing that. So.
Hell, I barely passed my calculus.
Yeah, he passed it though. That's what's crazy.
I'm fucking
That's
tired, bro.
like, yeah, for real, I'm impressed by that. When he told me that, I was like, really? Like, you've already taken that shit? Yeah, if he's telling me, bro, you can get a tutor, I'm like, nah, bro, I just can't learn that way. Like, I'm one of the people that if I can't get it myself, nobody can really teach it to me. So,
But nah, bro, it's hard to learn. It's hard to shit learn, bro.
Well, yeah, because it's just so much, like, I don't know, bro, because there's so much symbols and just weird shit you would never use anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't
Chemistry
understand.
was so great. I had to, after I passed chemistry too, I had to fucking, like I passed intro chemistry with like an 80 something. I had to fucking get out of that after that because it was crazy, bro. But I passed it somehow.
Yeah, college is one of them things that I really don't recommend to people unless you unless you just have a really, really strong willpower for school. It's very hard, cause like especially if you're trying to work full time and do it, and also chase like other shit, bro.
I suggest it for an easier job unless you just want quick retirement. You can get quick retirement off regular jobs. You can get like 20 years earlier.
I've said this before, bro. If you can go into a trade, go into a trade. 'Cause I didn't do it.
Go into the fucking military.
Or that. They wouldn't take me.
They won't take me.
Yeah.
Military or concentrated trades, like what you're doing, you can get early retirement.
I want to go into the military, but they won't accept me because I'm bipolar.
That's why my cousin, I forget why they turned him away, but I think he failed the mental test or some shit, bro. I don't know. He wanted to go NBA. He sells weed in Colorado now, so. But, man.
You know Carlos?
Carlos?
Carlos, my buddy. Do you know who I'm talking about? Carlos
I've heard.
Chavez. You can keep that in here. He's cool as fuck.
Did he go to
Yeah. He's a little nerdy boy.
I remember him, but I never like had no dealings with him either way. But yeah, I do remember him though. Yeah.
He went to the fucking military and they kicked him out because he's got fucking something wrong with his liver, but it don't really affect him.
Huh.
They kicked him out after 6 fucking weeks. He didn't even get to finish training.
I got one homie that just finished basic and doing something now, and then I got another homie about to go in. He already shaved his head and everything. He's like, I'm going into the military. I'm like, damn, okay. Because him and his girl split. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Looking for something even now. So. I mean, I'm proud of him, you know what I mean? It sucks, though, people like moving away and not being around no more, but it's just part of it, you know what I mean? You got to support everybody's growth no matter what they doing, so.
I think we all should have went into the military.
Yeah, honestly, I just couldn't though. I couldn't because I don't think.
What's up?
Well, one, like, I think my physical, like, I just have certain health issues that probably they wouldn't accept me for. But if I could get past that, like, me mentally, I probably wouldn't want to be away, like, from her. And, like, if I was single, bro, the military would also be. But then again, it depends.
Think about this.
Like,
How would you feel really shooting somebody and killing them? That's my question.
Hey, man, look.
I wouldn't be cool with that.
Hey, if you gotta do it,
I mean, I feel that way, but at the same time, imagine somebody's running at you and they've got a family and they're aiming a gun at you.
I think
you're both doing it for the cause of the
Okay.
country, though.
here's my thing with that. If I was actually in active combat and let's say like I don't want to use a real word example because it's fucked up, but let's say we're in a conflict, you know what I mean? I think that's a little different than say you go out and just shoot somebody in cold blood on the streets. I feel different about that versus, you know, doing it for actual reason. But I still do think though you have to desensitize yourself a lot to be able to just because it's not one person. It's like when you're in war, especially if you're in active combat zone, you may have to take out like 5-10 people.
You may have to take out like 30-40 people in your whole life.
I don't even know. The world is a crazy place, bro. Especially like we live in America, which there's a lot of shit around here too, but it's not. We're lucky to not have to deal with a lot of that shit that goes on in the Middle East, though, man. That, ooh, I ain't even gonna get into
Free
it.
Palestine. I'm sorry. I'm
Free Palestine.
gonna say that. So,
I don't really even.
have you seen them kids?
Yeah, I don't really even follow it no more because it was really just one of them things that was making me sad. Is because both sides of it. It's like it's a war that has been going on for thousands of years, and there's no reason for it to still be going on. That's like the bottom line of it.
You think God's coming soon?
I think there's evidence for and against it. I think it's very possible. I think it could definitely happen in our lifetime, even soon. Like I think the world is definitely trending in a bad direction if we keep going the way we've been going. So it's very possible that God could just say, you know what, enough's enough. But at the same time, I just don't know about it because there's been many times people stop the same thing and really nobody knows. I don't think we're gonna know is the thing. I think if we're expecting it, it probably isn't gonna happen. I think it'll happen at some point where people have their guard down. Like, I don't know. Because people, you can look at it one way and say it's gonna happen when the world's in its worst state. Or you could look at it one way and say maybe it'll happen when everybody thinks it's at a balanced out state and then the rapture happens. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I would love to honestly get somebody eventually on here that like studies that type of thing to talk about it for real.
I don't study it, but I know in the end of the Bible it says there'll be earthquakes, there'll be fires, there'll be volcanoes erupting, there'll be everything. You know what I mean? Wars, rumors of war, there'll be everything. You know what I mean? Like. And that's all that's going on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's possible.
I'm hoping it comes back soon. I'm hoping he does. I really do.
See, I look at it in two ways. Like, I do, but I don't. It's like I want to be able to experience, like, raising a child and be able to, like, experience growing older and having more life. But, like,
You don't want to raise a child in this environment.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't lying about that. It is a rough world to raise a child in.
It's a rough world.
It's bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit. You really, in the job market even now, it's like if you really want to make a good bit of money, you got to either know somebody or you got to be really good at kissing ass to know somebody. And I'm not really good at either one of them things. I know a lot of people, but unfortunately, a lot of people I know ain't really got it like that either. So, you know, it's just how it is. I mean, the area we come from, like really, I'd say even within a 10-mile, excluding Huntsville, because that's kind of a lead of its own. But you want to talk about like anywhere else, there's not a whole lot of opportunity unless you already have groundwork laid out for that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, I think in younger or older generations, there was a lot more opportunity for people to like make a living off of one income and like the other person could stay home, raise the kids, but it's just not like that no more. You can't go work in a factory and make, you know, all the money in the world no more, you know. And people still live paycheck to paycheck, but it's harder now because inflation and pay rates have not increased at the same level. You feel me? And I recognize that just to where I work, like they ain't gave us a raise hardly. When they do, it's barely anything. But you see grocery prices hiking, gas prices hiking down. You know, I just ordered a camera. Good God, that's like a whole paycheck right there. You know? Like, man, it's just, I don't know, everything's up there now. But yeah, man, like, do you?
Hey, whoever fucking created the idea of money is a fucking dumbass. Why can't we just love one another and trade crops? You know what I mean?
That would be if we did socialism the correct way.
But they don't.
They don't. That's and I've said that before on here, man. It's like if we could do that correctly, it'd be great. But
Hey, you grow watermelons, I'm gonna grow some squash.
yeah, we trade.
Yeah.
I'll grow peppers.
Because that's how.
See
Look,
what I mean?
that's kind of how America, the original vision of capitalism, even was. It's like it was mainly a bunch of farmers growing and trading, like feeding their own families and the community with it. And I used to really not be a fan of like rural lifestyle. Like I've always been a person that loved the city, loved you know, I guess just the more extravagant stuff. But when you really think about it, man, like a lot of the more rural shit people got going on, they live longer. They ain't like they can grow their own shit.
You gotta try some of these goddamn eggs and pickles.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, hey, and that's one thing about the South that's dope though is even if you in the city country don't matter. There's probably some good eats around, man. Especially if you lucky enough, like I was lucky enough to have like a grandparent that's a god tier cook, man. He can whip up anything and I'm there. You know what I mean? Thank God I'm lucky to still have her around, man. One of the best people in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Shout out.
yeah. But, yeah, man, that's food. Yeah, that's one of my biggest loves, you know what I'm saying? It's God, my family, then food, bro. You can tell by it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we be eating, but yeah.
I be eating too. I'm just.
Some people got fast metabolism, so
Dude,
I don't
that's
ever
all
remember you
it
being
is.
big. Like,
That's
you've
all-
always been pretty skinny. So.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Like, I've always been, like,
You-
have a bigger
You
build.
met me when I was fucking 210 fucking pounds, you know, and I had the little curly hair.
Yeah,
You know that?
oh yeah.
Tell her.
Shit, man, you got any more questions, though, for Dayton?
Is there anything in your life that made you really think you need to turn it around? That has happened to you?
Yeah, I remember one day I was sitting in this exact room and it didn't have all this. It had a little bed out here or whatever. And me and her was sitting here and I snorted some fentanyl. And then I was talking to her and like mid-sentence I was gone. And she said I was sitting there and I was overdosing.
Oh my
And I didn't fucking know, and neither did she, because she didn't know nothing about that. And yeah, I was like dying. And somehow I made it through that without Narcan or
I'm
anything.
glad you made it through.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I said, all right, this is when I'm going to stop. And then 2 days later, Hunter overdosed.
Oh my God.
And then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going back to that. And I was going through withdrawals and stuff like within them 2 days, and I was like, okay, I need to do some more. And I was wanting some more, and I was looking for it. And then Hunter overdosed. Now I was like, yeah, man, I'm done. I'm done. I don't care if it kills me or not. So
Like, I mean, I have noticed even like in the past couple weeks, like you haven't really been like it seems like you've been in a better mind state. Because obviously, like, I mean, we don't really talk, but like you haven't really been posting like, I guess
crazy shit.
Yeah, like, because I mean, you know, and I used to do the same thing. Hell, you know, some of my friends they still do it, but you know, you'd be on your story just like, you know, kind of. I don't even know what to call it because it ain't even being crazy.
I'm bipolar, bro, and I don't take medicine for it. I'm supposed to, but I don't. So it's like 1 week I'll be good, 1 week I won't. 1 week I'll be for 2 weeks I'll be fucking crazy. 1 week I won't. You know what I mean? It just goes back and forth. Like I can't control it. Man. It just happens.
I mean, fair enough.
Like that's the truth of it. Like
Has your bipolarity affected any relationships that you've had?
fuck yeah, but I can't really talk about that.
Oh no, I'm just asking that.
Fuck yeah. I mean, like my mom was bipolar. She killed herself. My dad.
Oh, man.
He was he cooked dope for the cartel over in Abbeville area. I ain't going to say exactly where. He was a dope man. He robbed stores. He got everything to cook the meth with. He was the man, like, and then he ended up getting killed by the police over there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. My mom killed herself because she didn't want to be without my dad. You know,
Yeah.
like shit's fucked up. Like.
Sorry you had to go through that.
No. I'm sorry. That ain't your fault. That ain't
It's
your fault.
just, you know,
It's
it's
just a lot to go through.
Life happens, man. You know?
Yeah. Nothing you can do.
But I mean, the good thing is you know, going through all that is definitely, I'm sure,
It teaches
shapes
you a lot.
shape
Teaches
you
you
how
a lot
you
for
are
sure.
now and how you are towards your son, and you know, I mean, that's kind of the beauty of life. It all comes back around eventually. But yeah, man. You got anything else you want to get into before we wrap it up? Or?
No, man, I'm straight.
Well, man, I appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate Dayton for coming on here, man. I'm really glad we finally get on here and shed a little bit of light on what you got going on, man. But
Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Make sure to leave any questions you got down in the Google form and stuff. Yeah, man, we'll see you. Oh,
Let me get my son in here.
Y'all stay wild.
Oh,
Stay active.
Let me get my son in
cutscene.
here.
Y'all stay motivated.
Yeah, man, hey, that's what it's all
Y'all
about.
stay cool, just like this boy right here.
Yeah, man, he chilling.
That's what you do it for.
So you do it for me.
Yeah, man. Hey. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Oh.